measures taken by the committee, the tower's lean is no longer a deadly risk. But what is needed now to achieve full recovery of the monument is to restore the surfaces. Once again, work must proceed with extreme caution, with careful regard for the inestimable historical and artistic value of each individual part of the tower, but also for its architectural structure and the ground on which it rests. After the long studies carried out by historians and archaeologists, following the in-depth analysis of the materials that were used to build the tower, and with the aid of detailed photographic documentation, the important next phase is to design a series of preliminary investigative steps. First and foremost, the interaction of the tower with the surrounding environment will be carefully analysed. Scientists will study the local meteorology, air temperature and relative humidity around the tower. The temperature of the stone will be recorded during the 4 seasons and in relation to the geographic orientation, and measurements will be taken to observe how the tower is affected by winds. Any damage caused by pollution and the actions of plants and lichens will also be carefully examined. Scientists will even analyse the trickle channels where rainwater penetrates inside the tower. Then at this point, before the restoration work proper, all the material gathered by the various scholars must be sorted and ordered so that the data is immediately consultable and can be studied comparatively. The prestige university institution Scuola Normale Superiore di Pisa will be entrusted with designing the organisational software system to manage the data. The software must satisfy a multiplicity of requirements, integrating all the subjects and disciplines involved and creating a useful tool for restorers, but also for future monitoring of the monument. To obtain a geometric representation of the materials and the damage in relation to their position in the tower, Pisa IT specialists decided to experiment with the use of Geographical Information System, or GIS, technology, normally used to draw up documentation about a geographic area. But the three-dimensional complexity of a monument meant that a new type of software had to be invented. In 1999, after 2 years' intense work and with funding contributed by the European Community, Akira, the first GIS capable of mapping a monument by integrating no fewer than 40 different reference systems and all the corresponding technical documentation, was ready for use. The Akira software can indicate, for instance, the total number of objects that make up the tower, 30,980. The smallest of these measures about 1 centimetre. For each of these elements, the software system offers the possibility of visualising the typology of the element concerned, its size, elevation, position, exposure, material, any damage, its provenance and all the techniques involved. In addition, the object can be visualised frontally or from above, in 3D or photographically. In this way, the tower is kept perfectly under control. By virtue of this revolutionary software, the restorer's task has been enormously simplified. Retrieving a vital piece of information or entering new data is now absolutely straightforward. And in the future, the system will even be updatable via the internet. Technicians equipped with a laptop will enter the data directly from the tower. Restoration work was finally ready to begin, but the scientists decided to test it first on a sample area measuring about 130 square meters. In cooperation with Central Institute for Restoration, the important ministerial body that is active worldwide, and with the assistance of the Opera della Primaziale Pisana, the body created in the 11th century to oversee the entire Piazza dei Miracoli, the committee entrusted 10 professional restorers with the task of embarking on work in the sample area. Once works on the test site had been completed in December 2000, and since the results were positive, the blueprint for final restoration works was drawn up. An essential requirement was to ensure that the tower would remain accessible throughout the period of restoration works. One of the aspects of the plan is to construct a ring that will run up and down the tower just like an external elevator. This innovative type of scaffolding, standing at about 40 centimetres from the most outer surfaces of the tower and measuring 1.5 metres wide, is capable of bearing a weight of up to 1,000 kilograms of materials and as many as 20 persons. Furthermore, the ring is to be constructed according to a modular conception so that it can easily be dismantled and reassembled whenever any future restoration measures need to be taken. This means that it will be possible to carry out works on only one order at a time, allowing the restoration of the tower to be visible and ensuring that tourists from all over the world can marvel at its construction. Restoration work finally got underway just a short time ago and is expected to last until 2006. By that date, tourists arriving in Piazza dei Miracoli will be able to experience the same excitement and amazement that a 19th century visitor must have felt when beholding the gleaming white marble of one of the 8 wonders of the world.